Thank you for having me today and for giving me a few minutes of your time. I'd love to be giving this on a stage, but welcome to my 700 square foot apartment. Thank you, COVID-19. So I know we're all going through a little bit of a hard time, so I want to speak from the heart, and I hopefully intend to motivate a few of you. I was told the topic for this event is honoring the past, securing the future, and emphasizing the present of people of Hispanic descent. So I'm going to speak again from my heart and from my personal experience, which is what I know, where I come from, where I've been, where I am now, and where I'm going. Where I come from, Medellín, Colombia. Nací en plena Feria de las Flores. I was born in the middle of a flower festival, a very well-known festival to our culture, Los Paisas. I don't really have a translation for that, but that's what they call us back in Medellín. My family and I moved to the United States when I was 9 years old, and saying goodbye is never easy. I think we're all heartbroken. We were all heartbroken, but we also had big dreams for the future. In Colombia, the socioeconomic status is extremely defined, and opportunities often only come to those rich or well-connected. We were well-connected, not exactly rich, but my parents wanted a better future for us, because even the rich or the well-connected, after graduating, start out with salaries de 2 millones de pesos. That's around $522 a month. So they graduate, but they can't leave their parents' house unless they marry richer or they start their own business. And most don't leave home until they're after 27 years old or they get married. We get here and we start learning English, and I start dreaming about this American dream and what I want to be. And I started studying journalism at Florida Atlantic University, thinking I want to do this to be on camera. I think most journalists who start out on television think this way. I'll let you know how that turned out in a bit. Then I did my master's at Medill School of Journalism. It was the only school that I had my eyes on at the time. It was #1 in the nation, right along with Columbia University, and I wanted to be #1. I put all my eggs in one basket, thinking I wasn't good enough to get in, and what do you know? I got in on my first try. And while at Medill, I loved every second of my experience, and I was good. I know that because my professors told me I was good. I didn't think I was good enough, though. And then my political professors nominated me for a scholarship. I got a White House Correspondence Scholarship. The first person I called was my mom, and I told her to sit down because I had just won an award, and guess who was going to hand it to me and congratulate me? Former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama. And I cried and I pinched myself, counting the days until that dinner, Nerd Prom, or the White House Correspondents' Dinner in Washington, D.C., because I thought I wasn't good enough for that. I believed my classmates were better than me, and they deserved it more than I did. That was the iconic dinner where Obama did the mic drop and said, "Obama out." And then I landed my first job on camera, and I loved it. I was so happy until I started realizing how that company operated, and I didn't resonate with their injustices or their principles. So I quit. And then I landed a job at the White House as a political reporter 3 years ago. I'd always dreamed about it and visualized it, but I thought it was out of my league, and I thought to myself, it's okay, it's hard, but I'll make it. And I set a timeline, and I told myself I was going to get to the White House before I was 40 years old. And I did. I got there when I was 25. My husband was so proud. My parents were so proud. My family was so proud. Until I started feeling empty inside again. And I wasn't resonating with some of the company principles or the way I was being told to do my job. So I quit the White House and came to San Diego, to NBC7 and Telemundo 20. Because my news director was persistent, Pedro Calderon, and dragged me down to the station to see how they operate, to see the company. I came for a job interview just a few days before Trump was acquitted by the Senate. And I quit my job just a few days before Trump was acquitted by the Senate. And here I am, checking off another thing on my bucket list. I wanted to be a bilingual journalist, and I'm doing it here in San Diego, at a local news outlet after I was covering national politics and my face was seen in 23 countries in Latin America, and in Colombia, nationwide. My family in Colombia was very, very proud. But when I got all of that, I realized I still wasn't happy or fulfilled. And it's because I kept selling myself short, and I kept doubting myself and limiting myself and believing I couldn't do it. Because from a very young age, we're taught to look for validation of our actions in others, and we don't give ourselves that validation. And you're probably listening to me going, is she crazy? How does she even have self-esteem issues with all she's accomplished? Well, even the most intellectual, the most beautiful people inside and out, the people you think that have it all on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, you know what many of them don't have? Self-love, self-validation. How often do you tell yourself, good job, you deserve it? How often do you tell yourself, I can do this, I am enough, I believe in myself, I believe in my inner wisdom? A lot of us don't, because we look for that validation in our partners, in our parents, in a friend, or in a boss. And we are so wrong, because that validation has to come from within. That validation has to come from you to you. Your family should be a complement of that self-love. Your partner should be a complement of that self-love. You can't expect others to give yourself what you're not giving you. Or you can't expect others to give you what you're not giving yourself. And this is where I am now. I've learned I need to love myself and to stop doubting myself. This is my present. And I'm so happy because today I'm a journalist who wants to help the community. I'm a journalist who wants to genuinely help people through my work. I want to inspire, I want to motivate, I want students to dream their boldest dreams and to stop self-limiting or self-sabotaging your dreams, your education, your career, your relationship with others. Whether it's a life partner, a family, a friend, or a boss. Today, I choose to be a better person. I choose to be a better wife, a better mother when it comes down to it, a better daughter, a better sister, a better friend, and I choose to be a better journalist for me and for you. And I can only be a better journalist at NBC and Telemundo because I resonate with so many of the company principles. We give back to the community, we listen to employees, we are changing as times are changing, and a huge example of this is we just created a new position in the company, and Ancio Williams is our new Senior Vice President of Diversity, Equality, and Inclusion. We still have a long road ahead, but we're moving in the right direction. And here's my present. A Colombian working as a bilingual journalist for my community, and I couldn't be happier because my job isn't about being on camera. My job is about you. And as a journalist, we need to remember that because if we don't change, the news industry will continue to stumble and ratings will continue to fall. And you, the viewer, will choose to change the channel and turn off the TV because you have that power and you get to decide. And here's my future. I don't pretend to change the news industry alone, but I pretend to continue being faithful to my principles, being true to myself and to my essence. I choose to trust my inner wisdom because every time I'm not true to myself, I'm happy for a year and then I hit rock bottom, time after time after time. Because I'm doing what I'm told, and what society has told me to do for years, instead of what I truly believe in. And what I truly believe in is compromising. I want fair, truthful, honest journalism. Journalism for the good of humanity, not just to be on TV. Thank you.